I'm going to be scrapbooking these two photos. This is my brother and his two little girls, Dakota and Montana, and they were in my front yard just hanging out on the hammock one day. And this was a few years ago. They live in Idaho, so they only visit like maybe a couple times a year. So I don't get to see him that often, but that's my big brother, and I want to scrapbook this for their family album. And I already had the Pebbles Seen and Noted collection out because I just did another layout with it of Abby. And I decided I'll just go ahead and keep everything out and scrapbook these two photos with the same collection. So I'm going to go ahead and put you on fast forward and start scrapping. Thanks, guys.
Okay guys, so as always I'm going to choose my background paper, and I thought about using that dark gray chevron as my background paper, but because my nieces are in the photo with my brother, I thought maybe it was a little too masculine. So I am going to mat the photos on that green polka dotted paper, but then I'm going to adhere the photos to the little layer there, the mat. And then sorry, someone's knocking on my door. And then I'm gonna search for the paper that I want to use as a background, and I think that I'm gonna go, I thought about using that gray one with the flowers right there. I love that, and I think that would have looked good, but that was too girly for him, for my brother. So this one really stood out at me, and this is the one that I'm gonna go with. I happen to like bold patterns with bright colors, and that's kind of my thing. If you look through all my scrapbook pages, the majority of them are bright colors, and because I just think it's fun to scrapbook cheery pages, you know. So anyway, that's just kind of my personality. I have this heart paper, and I cut it in half, and I'm gonna use part of it at the top and part of it at the bottom, but then I need another layer to go behind it in between the red and the bold pattern. So right now I've been flipping through these pages, like trying different ones to see which ones I like, and this yellow one won out, and that's what I'm going to use, and it's a yellow with white chevron. And because the papers are so bright and bold, I'm going to get out my Avery L Fog ink. Fog is the color. It's a really nice medium gray. And I'm going to use my distress tool and just ink around the edges of all of the papers just to give it a crisp finished look and to separate each layer from the other layers. Sometimes when you're using a lot of bold colors with bright patterns, I said that wrong, bold patterns with bright colors, they can tend to kind of mix into one another, and you can't really, I don't know, it doesn't stand out enough unless you ink the edges, and when you ink the edges, it just kind of separates each piece and makes them all stand out on their own, like each layer. I hope that made sense. So now I'm gonna just adhere everything down and then start looking at embellishing my page. And I love this picture of my brother. He's the best dad ever, and like, he's a year and a half older than me, and he waited a long time to have kids. His kids are 2, 6, and 8, or something. I think they're 6 and 8 now, or 5 and 8. Yeah. And my kids are 22 and 17. So I had started my kids younger than he did. But he is such a good dad. He's just there on a day-to-day basis, and he's loving and kind and strict, you know. Strict enough so that there won't be boys around when they're older, but he's just the greatest dad ever. He's the best dad I've ever seen in my life. I've never met another dad as good as him, and he just loves those kids. He's now got a little boy. The 2-year-old is a little boy, and in this photo he hadn't been thought of yet, but he came later. So I put the reason that I put that gray card down there that says, is there anything better than an everyday kind of thing, is because he's like that on a day-to-day basis with his kids. See how he's all snuggled with him in the hammock? That's not like some special occasion or whatever. That is an everyday thing. Those kids climb all over him, and he just snuggles and loves on them, and it's just really sweet to see a dad like that. My kids didn't have a dad, so when I see a really good dad like that, I really appreciate it. And so that was why I used that card, because I just wanted to remind whoever was looking at this page that he's like that day to day. So for the title of the page, I'm going to use that banner up at the top left that says, "You are my number one," because his kids are number one to him. And a very close second would be his wife, but his kids are his world. Actually, I don't know who's first or second, but he loves them all. So I've got a couple stickers that I'm just putting around the page, just to fill in some blank spots and add a touch here or there. And I don't like this yellow sticker that I'm putting up there at the top right now, but I liked what it said. And see, there's two yellow stickers up there, and that bothers me that they're both yellow, but I decided to go with it because of what they said. And they're both significant to him or this photo, and that's why they're there. So the layout is pretty much done. I'm going through my freckled fawn enamel dots and picking out 3 colors. I think gray, orange, and I forgot the other color. Yellow. It's right in front of me. This is like the 3rd video I've done, so y'all have to bear with me. I'm getting a little goofy here. So I'm just going to add some enamel dots just to kind of finish it off, and that's it. So this page didn't need a lot of embellishing because of the bright, bold colors and patterns, and I just think that, you know, it just, the picture is the main focus of the paper, and that's how I wanted to keep it. So here's a close-up, and I've got a photo at the end. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my videos and for all of your sweet comments. I love the feedback that I get from y'all. It really keeps me going and makes me want to do more videos. So I just want to say thanks, and I will see you soon. Bye.